Was always taught to believe I could do anything.
Yeah.
And I was always, I probably got better treatment than my brother, to be honest. So it was never that typical Punjabi household, ladka. It was always Sophie.
Yeah.
Like Sophie can do whatever she wants. Around an outsider completely. So I just always saw things differently. So maybe I played by my own rules from the start. I was the girl who came from London. I was seen as hot.
Yeah.
It was not an image I perpetuated myself. It was what I was seen as. I mean, I never thought of myself as a hot girl growing up. I was not that girl. Hey everyone, I'm Sophie Choudry and you're watching me on Rush Talks on peepingmoon.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to peepingmoon.com. I'm Rashita, Sahni and you're watching me on Rush Talks. Now my guest today is someone who is an absolute all-rounder. She's a dancer, she is a performer, a singer, a musician, a host and whatnot. But above all, she is this absolute sweet girl boss. Today I have with me Sophie Choudry and hi Sophie, welcome to Rush Talks.
Thank you for having me on Rush Talks. I love the name of the show. Very cool, Rashita.
Yeah.
Thank you for the kind introduction.
You're most welcome. Sophie, your vibe, I don't know, it's there somewhere with self-made women that they just carry it without even saying it. That, that lady boss, that girl power vibe that they have.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Was it always there, or did it come, after doing certain work in the industry?
I don't know. I guess being born and brought up abroad, and I'm being brought up by a single mom and a nanny who are just like amazing, strong women. I was always taught to believe I could do anything.
Yeah.
And I was always, I probably got better treatment than my brother, to be honest. So it was never that typical Punjabi household, ladka. It was always Sophie.
Yeah.
Like Sophie can do whatever she wants. So I guess I was always given that confidence and that positivity. Yes, I think when you're younger, in your teens and your 20s, there's a lot of issues to battle and face and to find your own place. But I was always confident within myself. And as you get older, I guess the boss vibes come because you become so assured of who you are and what you want to represent. And I think also I had a very solid education. So I was a very all-round person, very grounded, not from a filmy background, an outsider completely. So I just always saw things differently. So maybe I played by my own rules from the start.
Amazing. You mentioned about your household. I'm a Punjabi myself. We are two girls and then my brother. So exactly the same. It's like our parents were like, our girls can do whatever.
Yeah.
And they weren't very sure about our brother.
But we're so lucky to have that.
We are so lucky.
We're so lucky.
And I'm sure we are. And of course, talking about you, I remember sort of growing up, and this makes me sound very young, but I'm not. But like when I was young, much younger, listening to your songs, vibing. I didn't even know this word vibe back then.
Yeah,
but my sister and I used to vibe, on music channels because we had those typical television sets at homes, and we used to just watch and wait ki abhi aayega because we didn't even have control over it.
Yeah.
Now luckily we have YouTube, Instagram, everything. But you are the OG pop queen, if I call, in India.
Thank you.
So how did that journey begin for you?
Well, I was always into singing even as a kid. And when I was about 12, by serendipity, my mom happened to meet Bidu, who was the man behind all the Nazia Hassan songs. And he was doing a song called Made in India with Alisha.
Yeah.
And he was looking for backing singers in England, because that's where he lives, who could sing in Hindi. And my mom was like, well, actually, my daughter can. And I went and auditioned for him. And he said, kid, one day I'm going to launch you, but for now you do the backings. Yeah. And he stuck to his promise. He launched me as part of my girl band Sansara. That's when we got our first record deal in India. We split up. I got a solo deal. That was really weird, the whole experience with that. But what I realized is that I need to move to India for 1 year and see what happens. And in that 1 year, I became an MTV VJ, and Babu Chal Chabila happened. Yeah, and there was no turning back. I just said, let me take this plunge. Dekhenge.
Correct.
And my God, the love I got for all of that. And then Ik Pardesi took it to another level. And then David Uncle, launched me in movies, David Dhawan, Varun's dad. And then Pyar Ke side effects happened, and it just did not make sense to leave this country that gave me so much love and acceptance, and just I was getting a chance to do so much. Yeah.
It's really a proud feeling when people say that this country gave us so much love and respect. But I have heard actors who are not from India come here and say that initially they took a very long time to adjust to the language, to the culture. Was that there in your life as well?
I mean, growing up in London, I don't think people realize we're more desi than people here. We're like 20 years behind, and I was a full filmy bacha. I watched every movie. I mean, I was like the Govinda, Mithun, Bachchan
Correct.
fan, you know, Salman and all of that. I grew up watching that. तो मेरे घर में तो सब हिंदी बोलते थे बचपन से, तो हिंदी का तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, कल्चर का भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. It was probably harder for my mom to adjust because she'd been in the UK for 47 years and then I asked her to move here with me. I adjusted very quickly because I got so much love and everybody was so nice to me and whatever. But yes, there are certain things that I do miss about growing up abroad. But by and large, it's been amazing. I mean, who gets to live their dream, right? It's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
I'm sure. And of course, the time when you entered the showbiz,
Yeah.
that was a completely different time. I
Completely
remember
different.
there weren't even conversations around female actors as much, you
No.
know. There was always this male dominant industry, and we used to just hear that, and girls were treated as eye candies back then. Today,
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see, as I mentioned about your song, inclusivity. There's just so much pride moments that girls together or actresses together are building and creating.
Yeah.
But at any point in your early career, did you face any sort of discrimination for that?
Of course. I mean, I was the girl who came from London. I was seen as hot.
Yeah.
It was not an image I perpetuated myself. It was what I was seen as. I mean, I never thought of myself as a hot girl growing up. I was not that girl.
What?
At all. I mean, yeah, when I was on MTV, I at times, without them realizing, I was kind of made to feel insecure about my appearance at times. You know, because I was more curvy, I was not skinny, I was not so, acha, this is not looking good, you're looking big on camera, this, that. I would be made to feel all of those things. But essentially, I was considered the hot girl. So even in movies, it was like, up hotto. Like, don't think too much. Or if you're the hot, glamorous girl, you can't be emotional.
Okay.
So you won't get those roles. If you're the hot girl, then substance nahi hoga na. Like, you're just there to look good and add some glamour. So it's really frustrating.
Agreed to every bit that you said. In fact, as I mentioned, it was a proud moment, and I feel that we should all together continue doing what we do.
Yes.
And I think we can make the world a better place one step at a time.
Yeah.
Also, talking about this debate that, you know, that really fries my head as someone who's a journalist, that this insider, outsider, they can't be friends, they can't be welcomed. I see you, you know, looking so bloody amazing. I don't know if I can use so fucking amazing at every party that there is, you know. We see you hang out with everyone is hanging out with you. We see support. I saw Karan Johar post the song, I saw Varun Dhawan launch it. There is no this sort of discrimination there, but I don't know why these debates are still being relevant, and the fact that I still have to ask this question is sort of very patriarchal and very, you know, backward in terms of why we feel that. And also women being put in boxes, these two things are still being carried forward. But I don't think you have ever taken the conventional route when it comes to all of this.
But I haven't, because I was not conventional. I was the girl who came from London, who first of all had a degree in politics and French, suddenly landed up here. I was a pop singer who refused to do playback. I was like, Meri awaaz, meri shakal. There I put my foot down. Then I was an MTV VJ. Funnily enough, the girl from London was one of the only Hindi-speaking VJs on MTV. That was the weirdest thing. Then I did a movies. Then everyone used to say to me, why are you doing everything? You're not allowed to do everything. You should choose one thing. Right? And then later, Karan, Ayushmann, Farhan were doing everything. And everyone was like, oh, they're so well-rounded. And I was like, well, I tried to do that for a long time. So I've never taken the conventional route. I refuse to. I make my own rules. And I feel that's kind of how we should be. This insider-outsider look. But yes, if you are born in the industry, of course you have easier access to everybody. So your first break might be easier. The pressure is also 1,000 times more.
Correct.
And I just feel like at the end of the day, the audience will decide your fate. If they don't like you, doesn't matter whose kid you are, they don't like you. And if they do like you, they do, right? And I don't know, I just don't want to get into this insider-outsider. When I say I'm an outsider, I mean I'm not from India.
Correct.
That is a whole different ball game. I'm not from the film industry. I feel we're all one. I feel like everyone has stood by me always. You know, I think we're all there for each other. Varun has shown it, Karan has shown it. So many of my friends. I haven't had time to check my phone today because I've been in back-to-back interviews, but I know everyone is posting my song, supporting me without me even saying. This is a family. The film industry, we are a family, and it's only certain people who perhaps don't feel that they got what they deserve, that then put out these theories कि outsider है, ये है, अलग camp है, देखो in real life also ना हम सबकी दोस्ती की camps होती हैं. You can't be friends with everybody.
Everyone.
You
True.
can work with everybody, but you may be closer to certain people. You may have comfort levels with certain people. It's okay. Grow up, make your own space. You don't have to sit there and complain the whole time. Make your own space, do your own work.
Yeah.
It's been proved time and again that if your work is good, it will get seen.
I know.
And you will get appreciated. So what if the path is a little bit harder? Work harder and make your place. You feel 10 times better about it. Trust me, I've gotten whatever I've done in my life, big or small. I've never had a godfather. I've not had help from anybody. Support, yes, in that they'll support me when I do something, but I've done it all on my own.
Yeah.
And I feel damn good about it, yeah.
course.
What's the big deal?
I know.
I don't know. I feel sometimes we should just accept that here, when you're good with people, you maintain your relationships. Everyone's out there to support you.
Yeah.
And I like to look at things positively. I don't
Of
want to look at
course.
things negatively. And if there are people who are not there to support you, that's in real life as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so it's okay.
Just because I think showbiz is in the public eye 24/7, people are obsessed with film stars and films in general. I think that is why they tend to get a little more harsh towards public figures. How do you in your life? I have had two set of actors, one saying hame farak nahi padta, and one saying no, it does get on to us. When there's social media trolls, bullying, how do you take it as?
You know, I have been really blessed. I have not got much trolling.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've got like only a lot of positivity and a lot of love. The odd few trolls, I'm like, well, those kind of people are like that, and that's fine. The one thing everyone's concerned about on Instagram more than my mom is मेरी शादी कब होगी?
I know.
That is the most questioning I get. I think the only time where people were a little harsh with me, which was really weird, was when Sush passed away, Sushant, and that was really tough because I knew him, and it was really devastating for all of us, for everybody. It was a really terrible time, but it was really weird for me when I started getting a little trolled and losing followers because people thought I was friends with certain people, so I must be like that.
Yeah.
And why am I not speaking up about that? And I just thought, oh my God, like I don't have anything to do with anyone in this situation, and my equation with that person was a one-on-one. And so many people are commenting about people they don't actually know personally.
No.
So that was a really crazy time, and even then I didn't get as much negativity as a lot of people out there. So I feel blessed that most of it is positivity. The little negativity that comes is because we're artists. This is a subjective job. You may love something I do, you may hate it. That's your opinion. As long as you're not attacking my family, I don't care too much. I just have to do my job. I'm here to do a job. This is my work. I do it with 200% effort and honesty. I try to do my best. If you like it, amazing. If you don't, I'm sorry. I'll try harder. Or maybe I'm someone who will never please you. But that's okay. I'm okay not with everybody not loving me, because I don't love everybody either.
Correct.
Right? We're human beings.
Yeah.
We have tastes. We have likes and we have dislikes. But meanness is not required.
I know.
I think so. When there's a lot of meanness or whatever, I just rise above it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay. But now, dekho gana hai, so we'll see whether
Yeah.
people are nice or not.
Yeah. There is this quote that I really stand by, is that the world is full of nice people, but if you can't meet one, be one. So I think we should all just follow that. And
Listen, Rashita, the last 2 years have been so hard
I
on
know,
everybody.
I
And I
know.
thought everyone would become kinder and more patient. And I kind of feel that didn't happen. But I feel if you can be that person, be that person.
Yeah.
Life is amazing.
I know.
There's so much to experience. And I don't have time to get bogged down by your negativity or mine.
Yeah.
Don't want
Agreed,
it.
agreed.
I don't want it.
Now, of course, now we see there is this tremendous trend of the web space, the OTT space. I personally would love to see you in that front. And you mentioned about that certain image of being hot and all of that.
Now it doesn't matter.
Now it doesn't matter.
Listen, I want to be like a really cool undercover spy.
Yeah,
I would kill
oh
it.
my God, I can imagine you doing it.
Kill it. So somebody, please, if you're watching, give me that role of that undercover spy. I would be so good, and I'm really fit, and my action and all could be really good. I want to do something like I want to do something interesting and fun. And genuinely, I would love to do something on the OTT space. I've had a lot of offers. It's not that I've had, but nothing that's appealed to me. So I'm at that point where if I do something, I really want to do it out of love.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm enjoying traveling the world, performing live shows, singing,
I know.
performing for audiences. I'm enjoying that.
there's much more that you are actually doing. You know, you are a fitness enthusiast. You are a total social media buff. Like, I love scrolling through your profile.
really?
I stalk you.
I thought I'm terrible.
No. I really stalk you, and there are not a lot of celebrities I follow because that's my work. So I don't want to go home and again see
Obviously,
them.
yeah.
But then your profile is so fun, and you know I love what you do for the dogs. And there are paparazzi pictures. There was this video where you were dancing, and you know your dog's coming up. That was so cute. There are just so many things. You know, you host, you act, you perform. What keeps you going? What is that one thing that's, you know, that's in your head that Sophie, you got this?
I'm just such a, maybe I'm an overachiever. I just want to do everything, and I also believe life is so short.
Yeah.
So if you've got the opportunity, just take it in. Do what you can and do your best. And I feel not everyone's lucky like me to get opportunities. So when I get the opportunities I do get, yeah, I don't get all the opportunities I want, but you don't get everything you want.
Correct.
So when you get something, nah, just grab it and make the most of it. I'm that kind of person. Just do your best in whatever you do, so that I can sleep peacefully that I did my best.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person, and then I have no regrets. I don't want to have regrets.
Yeah.
I know that there are few things when I did my movies and stuff, maybe I should have done this, should not have done that. But wo ho gaya. That's part of
It's
my
done,
journey.
yeah.
Wo ho gaya. Now I have to look ahead, and there's so much to do. I don't want to be that person. I see a lot of kids, like I call them kids because they're 25 and they're like, oh, we're so bored.
Yeah.
How can you be bored?
I'm
There's
25.
okay, well,
I'm
see,
not
so you're
bored.
bored, thank God. There's so many who are like,
Yeah.
I'm bored. I'm like, how can you be bored? There's so much to do.
I know.
There's so much to do and so much to see and achieve. So that's what keeps me going. That I love what I do and I want to do more.
On that note, Sophie, it was an absolute pleasure to chat
Thank
with you.
you.
You know, that energy just translates. It's in this room. How people say when Ranveer Singh walks into the room, he makes everything energetic. You make everything positive.
Oh, thank
and
you.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank
Rush Talks.
you. And
It
I want
was
to
an
be seeing you
absolute
doing
pleasure.
the
Yeah,
step.
definitely.
I
In
wanna
fact,
see you
Yash
do-
was there, the choreographer, and he
Yes.
was teaching your hairstylist. And I was peeping. I was like, let me also learn.
I want to see that reel.
Definitely on Instagram for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.